Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've been feeling the financial squeeze lately, I need you to know you are absolutely not alone. We all know the reality across Canada right now, right? The cost of living is up, housing costs are just stubbornly high, and getting basic groceries costs way more than it did just a couple of years ago. Insurance, utilities, property taxes, they literally only seem to go in one direction, and that is up. But here's the wild part. Despite this huge financial pressure we are all feeling, you look around and the parking lots are still packed with shiny $80,000 vehicles. Airports are jammed. You open social media and it looks like everyone else is just living their absolute best life, totally untouched by the economy. It's a fascinating and honestly a kind of frustrating contradiction that we really need to unpack today. Okay, let's dive into this, because I want you to picture a scene we've all experienced recently. You're standing in a massive checkout line at Costco. You're mentally tallying up the necessities in your cart, maybe feeling a little bit stressed about the total, and meanwhile, the couple right in front of you is just casually chatting about their upcoming trip to Mexico. You overhear that last month they bought a brand new SUV, and right before that they did a massive floor-to-ceiling kitchen renovation. And somewhere in the back of your mind, this nagging question just starts ringing like an alarm bell. How is everyone suddenly able to afford all of this? Because if we're being completely honest, the math just doesn't seem to work anymore.
New SUVs, 2 weeks in Mexico, massive kitchen renovations. I mean, it comes at you constantly. It's on your street, it's in your office, it is all over your feeds. An old friend is posting from Europe. Your neighbor trades in a perfectly fine truck for one that costs more than some people's first homes. Your coworker finishes this gorgeous, magazine-worthy backyard makeover. It's just this shiny, overwhelming wave of nonstop spending that hits you from literally every angle.
And quietly, without ever actually saying it out loud, you start to wonder if you missed something crucial. You know these people. They have jobs just like yours. They have incomes just like yours. They live in your exact same neighborhood. Yet somehow, they seem to be living an entirely different, incredibly luxurious life. So you start asking yourself, did everyone else get richer? Did they figure out some secret money hack that I completely missed? Or am I just totally falling behind? It's a heavy, isolating feeling. But here is the truth. Across the country right now, millions of people are asking themselves that exact same question.
To really understand what's happening here, we have to separate two things: looking wealthy versus actually being wealthy. They are completely different. Think of it like walking into a really high-end restaurant. What do you see as a guest? Well, you see the gorgeous dining room. You see the stunning decor, the perfect mood lighting, the incredible expensive meals. But what you cannot see, what's completely invisible to you, is whether that restaurant is actually making a profit. You know, some businesses look their absolute best, their most successful, right before they go totally bankrupt. The outside only tells a tiny fraction of the story. We see high incomes, beautiful houses, and amazing vacations, and our brains instantly equate that with wealth. But very often, the lifestyle you see is masking an enormous amount of behind-the-scenes pressure.
Act 1. The Wealth Illusion.
So the crucial point is this quote right here. Most people assume expensive things are purchased with extra money. Very often, they're purchased with future money. Honestly, this is the core misunderstanding that drives so much of our modern financial anxiety. When we see someone buy something expensive, our brains logically assume, oh, they must have had extra cash lying around to buy that. But that is just not how the modern illusion of wealth operates today.
Actually, scratch that. They aren't using money they have. They're using money that literally doesn't exist yet. These luxurious lifestyles are frequently funded with future money. We're talking future paychecks, future bonuses they're just hoping they'll get, future refinancing of their mortgage, future home equity that they assume will just keep going up forever. They are completely relying on income that hasn't even arrived yet. And let me tell you, building a life on future money requires one very specific and incredibly fragile assumption.
It relies on the fragile assumption that absolutely nothing will go wrong, ever. No layoffs, no sudden illness, no expensive car trouble or home repairs, no spikes in interest rates, no major surprises of any kind whatsoever. But we all know how life works, right? Life has a habit of surprising people. And when life surprises a budget that is stretched to its absolute breaking point with future promises, that luxury instantly turns into an incredibly stressful, expensive trap. Let me hear a quick story from our source material that really hits the nail on the head. The author talks about a man in his early 50s who, by all outward appearances, was totally winning at life. Nice home, brand new truck in the driveway, spent his summer weekends at a gorgeous cottage. He looked incredibly successful. But then, he admitted a terrifying reality. If he missed just 2 paychecks, he had no idea how long he could keep the plate spinning. He was quite literally 2 paychecks away from total collapse. From the outside, perfectly secure. On the inside, incredibly fragile. And financial stress like this, it rarely happens overnight. Nobody just wakes up one morning and decides to be completely financially overextended. It creeps in.
Act 2. The Lifestyle Inflation Trap.
It happens one subtle upgrade at a time. First, it's a slightly nicer vehicle, no big deal. Then, maybe a slightly larger house. Then, an extra winter vacation. Then it's a new monthly subscription, a furniture upgrade, a sleek home renovation. Individually, not a single one of these decisions seems crazy or unreasonable. But together, they compound. It's exactly like putting rocks into a backpack. One rock in your backpack doesn't matter. A second one doesn't really matter either. But eventually, you stand up, look around, and realize you're carrying a back-breaking amount of weight that you never, ever intended to carry. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive difference between dependency and true freedom. Sometimes the people who look the absolute richest are actually the least flexible. Why? Because every single dollar they earn already has a job. The mortgage payment, the car payment, the line of credit payment, everything depends on their income continuing exactly as planned without a single hiccup. That is dependency. Real freedom, real wealth, is found in the gap. It's the space between what comes in and what goes out. Because making a higher income doesn't help you at all if your spending grows at the exact same rate.
Let's take a beat and look at two totally different realities here. On one hand, you have a high-income earner. They look incredibly successful, but they're fragile. Every time the phone rings, they quietly sweat, wondering if it's another bill or some unexpected expense. That stress follows them everywhere, into their evenings, their relationships, their sleep. On the other hand, you have a modest income earner. Sure, they live in a modest home, they drive an older car, but they have fully funded savings accounts. They possess this remarkable sense of calm. Which person do you think sleeps better at night? Seriously, a good night's sleep is a massively underrated financial asset, and it comes entirely from peace of mind. And this distinction, it becomes painfully obvious as people get closer to retirement. Because retirement does not care what your driveway looks like. The Canadian pension plan doesn't give you a bonus because you drove a luxury SUV. Old age security doesn't care about your beautiful kitchen countertops.
Act 3. Redefining real wealth.
Eventually, retirement is going to ask you one blunt question. Did you build assets or did you just build appearances? True wealth operates on a completely different, much quieter scoreboard. Look at these things. The unspoken emergency fund. The tax-free savings account that slowly, quietly grew over many years. The steady, frankly unexciting RSP contributions. A continuously shrinking mortgage balance. The active, deliberate decision not to upgrade your car or home. None of these things get any applause. Nobody goes viral on social media for posting a screenshot of their RSP contribution room. Nobody gets a high five at a dinner party for aggressively paying down a mortgage. But while they don't build your image, they build something infinitely more valuable.
They build this. Margin. Margin is financial breathing room. It is the literal ability to absorb life's surprises without your whole world falling apart. And honestly, if there is one single thing you take away from this explainer today, let it be the power of this word. Margin is the shock absorber for your life.
Because let's face it, life always happens. The furnace is going to break in the middle of January. The roof is going to spring a leak. An aging parent might urgently need your help. A job might change or completely disappear. When these inevitable hits come, the people who spent their time building margin, they survive these hard moments comfortably. But the people who spent every cent they had building appearances, they are the ones who struggle the absolute most when the storms hit.
Now, I want to be super clear here. This doesn't mean everyone with a nice car is secretly drowning in debt. Some people truly are wealthy. They saved for years, they invested wisely, they built really successful businesses. The point of this explainer isn't to judge anyone. The point is simply this. You cannot know someone's financial situation just by looking at their lifestyle. You just can't.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it highlights the ultimate unfair comparison. Because you don't know the truth behind the curtain, comparing yourself to your neighbor is incredibly dangerous. You are comparing your real life, your actual savings, and your strict discipline to their highlight reel, their maxed out line of credit, and their hidden debt. It's totally apples and oranges. Once you realize that the race you think you're losing might be entirely imaginary, it's like a huge weight is lifted off your shoulders. An incredible amount of pressure just vanishes.
You stop feeling like you need to run in circles just to maintain an image that costs way more than it looks. You realize that the real goal isn't to appear successful to random people walking past your house. The true goal of your finances is to become harder to break, to become resilient, to build a flexible life that can take a punch, survive bad news, and just keep moving forward.
Let's move to and see how this builds a completely different picture of success. Because this is what invisible wealth actually looks like. A completely paid-off vehicle. A modest house that doesn't stretch you thin at the end of every month. Consistently low stress. The power of actually having options and choices in your career and your life. The total freedom to make big decisions without that underlying buzzing hum of financial panic. It's ordinary, it's quiet, and it is profoundly secure.
But because this kind of wealth is invisible, people frequently underestimate it. We tend to prioritize what we can visibly see. But remember, the most powerful things in the world are entirely invisible. Air is invisible. Deep trust in a relationship is invisible. True peace of mind is invisible. And real, unshakable financial security? Yeah, that is usually invisible too.
So, the very next time you see that brand new SUV, or that gorgeous $1 million renovation, or those flawless, picture-perfect vacation photos that instantly make you question your own life choices, just remember the core takeaway from our explainer today. You might be looking at genuine hard-earned wealth, or you might be looking at a very fragile, very expensive illusion. And because you simply don't know which one it is, you have to be incredibly careful about using someone else's lifestyle as a measuring stick for your own. Protect your future, keep your choices open, and please prioritize your peace of mind over a shiny illusion.
If exploring these ideas today changed the way you think about money even a little bit, I highly encourage you to stick around with us for future explainers. We absolutely love digging into these concepts that look one way on the surface, but are completely different underneath. And I want to leave you with this one question to chew on as you go about the rest of your week. Look around your own neighborhood, your own circles. What is one thing that people often mistake for wealth in Canada today?